Revelation 19:34. The Great Tribulation. Wednesday, July 3, 2013, 10 o'clock. Look, there will come days of tribulation, and the worldly will deliver Zion and Jerusalem mercilessly to synagogues and prisons. But do not fear, little flock, and know that you belong to me, and determine in your hearts in these days and give yourself over to my wisdom and love. Fear nobody, not even the capricious world Jew, threatening you with death with his world order judicial systems, for look, I alone am your salvation and your hope. Yes, when you see huge protest marches and how the masses make their discontent known in unison, and the peoples and nations are mutually looking for trouble, and how Christians and Muslims are busy losing against one another, while all are busy mining after one another's riches. On the day you will hear of great earthquakes, pestilences and famines. Yes, on that day the worldly will suddenly begin to ask after signs, but the only sign will be the mold and mildew on the very last bread. No harvest or fruit will be on the fields or in the orchard, and no merchandise is available, but man still wants to buy and sell, and that while the very last bit of time is busy running out like sand from an hourglass. On the day when the prophet will call out, between Zion and the world lies an unbridgeable valley, and in between is no bridge of love or faith where blood relations can promise any loyalty to each other anymore, for Satan has already robbed the soul of the liberals, while the sealed ones joyfully exalt their Creator. There will come days of tribulation, and look, Satan's worldly envoy will deliver you without conscience to the persecution of the churches, and you will be delivered by blood relations, and your friends will be able to kill you, void of any emotion. But do not fear them, for in this, you will be able to exalt me openly before the whole world, and all will know the power of little Zion's faith. I myself will give you wisdom, and thereby the world's trouble will be greatly magnified. The peoples and nations' feet will become heavy as lead, and I will damage the wine and the flour. They will not be able to buy or sell any more, and with gnashing of teeth they will toil for nothing, and they will hate the sealed ones, for they know that I, Elohim, is Zion and Jerusalem's personal Savior and immediate head. Look, the fig tree is budding, and a global world population is spiritually dead, and the surface of the earth is hell and Hades' abominable dung heap, and nobody of the world can find the way to the gates of heaven. But the masses continue to drag themselves along with much effort like the locust, to stripped cultivated fields and orchards. Therefore, in these days, woe unto the women carrying a child and those still nursing, for the world's heart is suddenly stripped of all sympathy, and nowhere is there a fake friendly philanthropist to be found anymore, and the last strong ones will trample the weak, while heaps of bones of dead bodies will accumulate globally. Yes, bones of dead bodies stripped of their once rich flesh, for look, the distress is great all over the world. In the initial days of the Great Tribulation, even the worldly would want to run to the safety of Zion's mountain, and while their hearts will fail them for fear, they will desperately plead, O Lord, Lord, you know we belong to you. But I will say through Zion's mouth, I do not know you, for you belong to the world and not to me. But you, O Zion, lift up your head to exalt your Elohim forever, for upon you have I bestowed my wisdom, love, and Melchizedek order priesthood for all future times.